Welcome to We Learn. This is session number 10 on software project management. In this session, we are going to cover topics basic concept on team development and conflict management, project organization, group and team organization, team discipline, and conflict management. Now, as in previous session, we already discussed about the configuration management. Now, in this session, we will discuss about how this team management is important. So, important requirement in project management of team for building a strong development team. So, we will also learn about the various team organization, how to resolve conflict among the team member. So, there are the basic thing are one thing is the requirement scrubbing that examine the requirements and remove the ones that are not absolutely necessary. What is the main role है टीम डेवलपमेंट जो हम अभी तक पिछले टास्क कंप्लीट करते आए हैं सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए प्लानिंग की है कॉन्फ़िगरेशन चेंजेस करे हैं सॉफ्टवेयर के लिए तो व्हाट द रोल ऑफ टीम डेवलपमेंट ये पहले एग्जामिन करती हैं कि क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हैं क्या हम उनके लिए नेसेसरी पार्ट हैं और क्या हम नहीं हैं सो दैट एग्जामिन द रिक्वायरमेंट्स and remove the ones that are not absolutely necessary. Sometimes requirements are the necessary, so they take action according to that, and too much attempt to provide a shiny winner to do not to add to the absence of the product. So here this is the about the requirement scrubbing, and next is the incremental delivery. It is a key that the development proceed incrementally in order of importance of the requirement, and the increment principle must be followed not only during the requirement analysis but also during project planning, scheduling and implementations. सो एज यू नो इंक्रीमेंट डिलीवरी जैसे कि हमारे को जो चेंजेस हो रहे हैं जो हम इंक्रीमेंट कर रहे हैं सॉफ्टवेयर में तो ये सब हमारे इन सब चीज़ों में होते हैं लाइक जो आपको पॉइंट्स बताए गए हैं प्लानिंग के अंदर शेड्यूलिंग के अंदर सब दे आर द डन हेयर ऑल्सो नेक्स्ट इज द शेड्यूल Schedule is that the manager must view a schedule as the best attempt to predict the development cycle. Still, it is merely a prediction, and while it is important to attempt to produce the most accurate prediction possible, it is also important to realize the risk involved in the prediction and be prepared to revise the plan if necessary. जैसे कि शेड्यूल आपको पता है हमें अगर पूरे टाइम अगर प्रॉपरली शेड्यूल नहीं बनता अगर हम पूरे प्लानिंग के हिसाब से वर्क कर रहे हैं और नहीं कंप्लीट हुआ सो हाउ विल यू वर्क द कंट्रोल थिंग इज अकॉर्डिंग टू टास्क कंप्लीट विद इन द शेड्यूल so we have to achieve the task that's as within the schedule so these are the things that are very necessary. For example, if a slip will delay in the introduction for the product and that has been the schedule for month and innovation have already been sent out to newspaper report and security analysis to attempt the formal introduction, so almost any attempt to recover from such a slip can be justified by the just dramatic cases, and accepting a delay may write the cause of the action. So schedule is here the main important point for the planning management for the team development and the conflict management. And then there is the next point is the project organization. In the project organization there is the organizing function of the management that basically deal with the assigning responsibility for accomplishing project goal. जैसे आपको पता है कि हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो मैनेजर होते हैं उनका क्या गोल है क्या उनका वर्क है दे डील जस्ट विद द किसका क्या काम है हर चीज़ के रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एलोकेट करना एंड उसके अकॉर्डिंग उनको अपना प्रोजेक्ट अल्टीमेटली द मेन थिंग इज दैट टू अचीव द गोल टू कंप्लीट द टास्क विद इन द शेड्यूल विद इन द डेट दे डिसाइडेड. This organization basically motivated by the need for cooperation. When the goal are not achievable by the single individual in a responsible amount of the time, then organization structure is necessary at a level that enterprise whatever is the to be a coordinate for effort for a group for the vice president and the report to the president of corporation for orchestrated and the interaction among the programmer who report to a common project manager. So this was here about the organizing function of the management. Now the next point is organizational structure aim to facilitate the corporation toward a common goal. That is the next point is the obviously that is very, I hope it will be clear, the aim to facilitate cooperation toward the common goal. हम सबको एक अपना जो टास्क पहले सोच के चले थे, जो हमारा गोल था अचीव करने का, उसके अकॉर्डिंग दे वर्क आउट एंड द टास्क for organizing can be viewed as building a team. Basically there are a group of the people and a common goal. What is the best role for each individual and how should responsibility be divided? Example taken, a basketball team consists of 5 players on the floor who are playing the game, and another perhaps the 5 players who are sitting on the bench as substitute. So each player know his or her role. So this there was a one ball and at a time one time only one player can have it. So this is the example you can take easily to about the task of organizing that can be viewed as a building a team. Next point is the team can be well organized team or poorly organized team. You know that is depend also अगर हमारी poorly organized team है तो how what will be the effect on the task. So when the this is the one example we can take here, that when a player has a ball and the other four stream of it was the pass to them, so the player with the ball of course shoot the ball instead of the passing to anyone. This was the basketball was a taken example to how that they can manage here. So team that can well organize, they can achieve the task well, and if the poorly organized they will not able to achieve their task and within the time period and what is the achieve, they are unable to achieve the goal basically. Here are the some factors that affecting the project organization. There is the length of the project. Basically, are the two main thing are categorized as the long-term project and the short-term project. In the long-term project, it is very important to ensure the job satisfaction for individual, lead high morale and that reduce the turnover. Sometimes the best composition for a team is mixed for junior and the senior engineer. This allows the junior engineer to do the less challenging tasks and learn from the senior engineer who are busy performing more challenging tasks and overseeing the progress of the junior engineer. दैट्स द लॉन्ग टर्म प्रोजेक्ट. जैसे आपको पता है कि जो लॉन्ग हम कोई भी टास्क लेते हैं जो लॉन्ग टाइम के लिए चलता है, उसी चीज़ को कंसिडर करके हम चलते हैं कि हमारा टाइम बहुत लॉन्ग टाइम तक ड्यूरेबल रहेगा एंड वी विल गेट सम गोल ऑल्सो. And but there was some problem in the long term project that because of the nature of the large software system, changing requirement and difficulty of software specification, it has observed to be adding people in the project late in the development cycle lead to be further delay in the schedule. So these are the issue that was basically can be generated in also in the long term project. And the next point is here the short term project, that is the turnover not a long term duration, that is in the very short term. There is the allowed that in this short term person turnover is not important issue as compared to the long term project. Next point is here nature of task and communication between different team member. One is a well defined task. Well defined task that is such as the building a payroll system that in which module and the interface have been specified clearly, and there is not much need for the project manager to communicate among the each other, and excessive communication in the organization will probably lead to the delay in accomplishing the individual task. So this was the well defined about the well defined task. And if the task is not clearly understood, I hope it will be very clear. अगर आपको task clear है, defined है, तो you can be able to achieve your task. But if the task is not clearly understood, then communication among the team member is the beneficial and can be lead to the better solution. So strictly hierarchical organization minimize the disclosure, communication, and among the team member. There is more democratic organization encourage it. Next is the group and team. In the group and team, they divide group basically two or more people who interact with each other to accomplish certain goal or meet the certain need. जैसे कि आप जानते हैं कि हमारा एक प्रोजेक्ट है जिसके पास बहुत सारा टास्क है, अगर हम उसको एक स्मॉल ग्रुप में उस टास्क को डिवाइड कर दे, दैट यू कैन अचीव ईजिली. And the team is what is a team and the group, and as we tell to you about the two or more people that interact with each other and accomplish certain goal is the group. And the team a group whose member work intensely with each other to achieve a specific common goal or objective. All team are groups, but not all groups are team. That is the difference between the group and team. Now, here's about team organization. Team organization match the size and organization of the team to the problem. जैसे आप बताते हैं टीम मेंबर अगर बनाए जाते हैं वो पूरे अपने टास्क को जो भी उनके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसको पूरा हैंडल करते हैं. क्या उनका टारगेट था, क्या वो अचीव कर रहे हैं, दे मैच टाइम टू टाइम. एंड दे ऑल्सो यूज़ द कोकोमो मॉडल, जैसे कि आपको पिछले सेशंस में बताया था कोकोमो मॉडल में, दैट इज़ कंस्ट्रक्टिव कॉस्ट मॉडल, दैट इज़ एफिशिएंटली वी कैन यूज़ टू मेजर द कॉस्ट ऑफ द सॉफ्टवेयर दैट इज़ हैंडल बाय हेयर टीम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. अ टीम शुड बी लार्ज इनफ बट नॉट टू लार्ज. अगर हमारी टीम बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है तो भी हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स बढ़ जाती हैं, बट अगर टीम हमारी स्मॉल है then it can be but बहुत small भी नहीं, according to task it is to be manageable, not to be large and not to be too small. That is to be experimental, that can show the optimization the size for the programming team is the between the 3 and 8 depending on the task. If the more than 8 people are needed, then can be introduced extra level management to keep the span of control of the each project manager that can be manageable. If a person that can handle 8 people, 9 people, but not above it, that is when then difficult to handle all the people, and again the problems will arises. If a team should be small enough, not too small. Small means it will be average case. Then the task can be easily handleable. And the size of team is influenced by the characteristics of the software, like type of team, like they have categorized the types. One is centralized control team organization, second is decentralized control team organization, and third one is mixed control team organization. What is here the difference among these? One is this old is centralized control. This is a hierarchical organization structure that match the pattern of communication. इसके अंदर क्या है कि एक मैनेजर है, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं उस मैनेजर में उसके अंडर जो एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं दैट वर्क डायरेक्टली अंडर द मैनेजर, दे वट एवर द प्रॉब्लम दे कैन डायरेक्टली डील विद देम. देयर इज ओनली वन पर्सन अंडर विद दे आर द नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉय एंड दे हैंडलिंग द प्रॉब्लम. So there are the some hierarchical organization structure that match the pattern of communication. Are example and taken here. Chief programmer team. Chief programmer report to project manager. Programmer report to chief programmer. Librarian responsibility for central repository. And specialist is added as the needed. Here is the librarian of the talking about the in term of software librarian that is handling or related to the software terms problems. These are the example that taken about the here hierarchical organization structure. Let's see its diagram. This diagram represent one is here chief programmer, and under this these are the different work team like librarian, programmer, specialist. They are all under work directly under this the chief programmer. So if there is one more can be added here like this, the project manager and specialist. So they are centralized by here with the one person. They can easily communicate whatever the work they can link only directly with this. One is only main top manager is only chief programmer here. They work well with the simple tasks that can be grasped by the good engineer but a single point of the failure. Next point is the decentralized control. In the decentralized control, that is the ring organization and concatenated communication. Basically, they are the democratic team. Decision made by the conscientious and the all work is group work, egoless programming, and lead to higher moral and job satisfaction. नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट फॉर द लार्ज टीम. डिसेंट्रलाइज जैसे कि हमारे नंबर्स ऑफ पीपल्स एम्प्लॉयज़ में बढ़ते जाएंगे तो इसमें प्रॉब्लम्स अराइज होनी स्टार्ट हो जाती हैं. जैसे कि आप नेक्स्ट में डायग्राम दे सकते हैं. इस डायग्राम में दिखाया है जो डिसेंट्रलाइज कंट्रोल मीन्स यहाँ पे कोई एक पर्सन नहीं है जिसके थ्रू सारा हैंडल हो रहा है. एवरी वन आर लिंकिंग विद द नेक्स्ट वन. this one here, every person are linking with everyone. This diagram is just management structure. In the circle form, they are linking with one another, one another, and one another. And in the pattern of communication, here the each person can directly link with the another person. Let's see in this diagram. This is the one circle. Consider the person that link directly with this one, next to below this one, and in front of this one, and the one of this. They all link the directly with them. There's no need to be go the one and the above of them. The manager, they can directly interact with as they required. Similarly, next circle you see also linked with the another four circle directly. So means the communication can done to by any person directly. That is the decentralized. Here the more appropriate for less understood and the more complex program with the longer term project. Next is here mixed control. इन द मिक्स कंट्रोल हायरार्की विद इन एक्स्ट्रा कम्युनिकेशन, जिसके अंदर हमारे कुछ लेवल वाइज कैटेगराइज किए जाते हैं, जिसके अंदर आपका सेंट्रलाइज एंड डिसेंट्रलाइज दोनों कंबाइंड किए जाते हैं. इसके अंदर सीनियर मैनेजर रिपोर्ट्स टू द प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर एंड एग्जांपल द जूनियर इंजीनियर रिपोर्ट टू द सीनियर इंजीनियर्स. कंट्रोल इज वेस्टेड इन द प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर एंड सीनियर engineers. Communication is decentralized among each set of the peers and their supervisor. Let's see this diagram. In this diagram, you can see here this is the management structure and this is the pattern of communication. Left hand side is in this management structure shown that top one is the circle is the project manager, and the below one it categorize it make here two senior engineer, and in under this two senior engineer they are the employee junior engineer, they are working under the super senior engineer, and senior engineer these two are working under the project manager. So if we see only this level till this level only, so this is the centralized. If we see in the junior level, junior engineer level, so it is a decentralized because they can not link directly with the here project manager. They can link with this and this then with the project manager. And in the communication pattern you will see here, if the below one can be linked with the top manager, the first they have to link with the senior manager, and after the senior manager that will link with the project manager. In this way they can communicate, and if you say in the junior level they can talk each other directly, and in the second level they in the junior level they can talk each other and or with the senior manager, but cannot with the directly project manager. And but the limits of communication is to small group and realize benefit of group decision by vesting the authority. नेक्स्ट इज इज द टीम डिसिप्लिन. दैट टीम डिसिप्लिन जब टीम बनाए गए हैं तो उसके कुछ रूल्स होते हैं दैट हैव सम इश्यूज दैट आर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू इन द स्लाइड मेंशन हियर, लाइक अटेंडेंस, द ब्रेक्स, पंक्चुअलिटी, वीकेंड वर्क, लीव प्लानिंग, sharing resources, customer interaction. That is also very necessary when the team are make here. The everyone should be very punctual on the time, should be managed very well. Attendance, everyone should be come regularly, not be too much on the leave. When the break they take, it should be very small level, not the too long. If break is be very large, then again the task cannot be achieved. The problem is arises. And punctuality will if not also be maintained time. Punctuality the mainly the time, अगर time पे ही वो नहीं आएंगे, नहीं काम स्टार्ट हो, तो that everything can be wrong. सब problems creates हो सकती हैं. Weekend work, some tasks if sometimes there is also need to be that work on the weekend work to sometime to accomplish the task also. For leave planning, they can also be managed here. The team discipline here, when they required they take according to that. Sharing resources and customer interaction, they done as per the requirement. And the next is here conflict management. Sometimes the conflict is arise in between the employers due to some lack of resources, some problems that is arise. So here the involves the implementing strategies to limit the negative aspect of conflict and to increase the positive aspect of conflict at the level of equal और टू द हायर देन वेयर द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट टेकिंग प्लेस. आप जैसे कई बार नोटिस कर सकते हैं कि अगर एक पर्सन जो बहुत टाइम से वर्क कर रहा है और एक नया आता है, उसको भी सैलरी उसके इक्वल ही मिलती है जो लॉन्ग टाइम से है, तो समटाइम देयर द कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अराइजेज why he is getting the equivalent of me when I'm working here from long time. So this was allowing some time of the problems that arises, or you can say in the task also. Next is here some causes through which this conflict can be arises are the priorities of different interest group, and second is scarcity of the resources. Resources की कमियों से problems हो सकती है, concurrence on the standards, work allocation, and personality clashes. These are the points through which the problem arises, and the resolution of this are can be taken as withdraw or the retreat, de-emphasize the importance of disagreement, compromise, use force and the power. These can be taken as the solution of the handling this conflict management, and the confrontation in the conflict management can be taken here. Recognize potential problem, try to identify and treat the cause, क्या प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है और कैसे किसकी वजह से हुई है, कैसे उन्हें हैंडल करना है, इन सब के लिए पूरा नोन रिक्वायर टू नो हाउ द प्रॉब्लम्स अराइजेस, एंड ट्राई टीम अप्रोच, ट्राई एनालिटिक अप्रोच किसे है पूरा एनालाइज करना इज वेरी नेसेसरी, ट्राई टू इमोशनल अप्रोच. Now this is the exercise that you can do it by yourself. The first is that explain the difference between group and team. Second, explain in brief the ways of resolving the conflict. Now this is all about of the today's session. We are now winding up here. Thank you so much. Happy learning. We learn.